What's up YouTube, it's ZapdosTCG here and welcome back to another TCG video on my channel. On this channel you get daily Pokemon TCG content, so be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and also click that little notification bell so you get notified automatically when a new video goes live. With that being said, today we're going to be checking out Dragapult EX. This is actually a card that comes out in Twilight Masquerade in 1 month over in the West, and it's already proven itself worthy in Japan with the first week of its playability over there. So we already have a lot of decklists that are actually succeeding. So we're going to be checking out 20 decklists for Dragapult EX. So if you guys are excited for it, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. It only requires 1 tiny second of your time and it does help out the channel tremendously. So I would be super grateful if you would do so. With that being said, also go check out our sponsor for today's video, DragonShield.com, for your sleeves, binders, and deck boxes. You can use the coupon ZapdosTCG for 5% off on everything on the website. There's YourPlaymat.com to create your own unique custom playmat. PotownStore.com to, of course, get TCG Live code cards so you can boost your account. You can use the coupon ZapdosTCG for 5% off. And there's CARDMARKET.com for European players, where you're able to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. You can use the referral name ZapdosTCG to help support the channel. With that being said, Dragapult EX is here. If you've been playing during the days of Rebel Clash, you will know Dragapult VMAX, and it is a little bit similar to that Pokemon. With that being said, you're going to be able to drop damage counters while slapping huge damage. So Dragapult EX, 320 HP for a stage 2 is just the average amount. It is a dragon type, meaning that it is actually searchable with stuff like lands, and also you come back with 0 weakness, meaning nothing can hit you for weakness, meaning they will have to slap 320 damage in order to one-shot you, which actually is not an easy task for a lot of decks out there. Then it comes back to with attacks. Jet Headbutt actually slaps 7 damage for just a regular colorless energy, so you can knock out stuff like Frigibax, Charmander, Comfey, you name it, for just a regular colorless energy. And then Phantom Dive is where the card really shines here. 200 damage to the active. And then you can put 6 damage counter on your opponent's bench Pokemon in any way you like. Just back in the days of Dragapult VMAX. And we did know that Dragapult VMAX was actually a tier 1 deck at one point. So Dragapult EX, it is a stage 2 however. But the good news is that Drakloak, its stage 1 Pokemon, is actually a draw engine, allowing you to look at the top 2 cards of the deck, put 1 in hand, 1 on the bottom of the deck. So you have a draw engine in this form of the stage 1 Drakloak, and the Dragapult EX can be very, very disruptive, because you can knock out weak HP Pokemon like things on the bench, Frigibaxes, Charmanders, Comfeys. You can just spread around all your damage counters, and you can actually take multiple prize cards at once after you use Phantom Dive like twice, which is actually very, very, very good. So we're going to be taking a look at 20 deck lists today for Dragapult EX. The first one up on the menu, a little bit less popular over in Japan, but it actually is pairing it up with, of course, Comfey. So your early game strike is Cramorant, and then you come back with Dragapult EX in the mid to late game, allowing you to use Mirage Gate onto it to power up its attack, and then you can take multiple prize cards by using 200 on the active and 6 damage counters wherever you feel like. I would prefer in a list like this to actually include something like a Sableye to just work around the attack effect of the Dragapult EX on top of something like Lost Mine of a Sableye, but this list is also playing the unfair stamp and only 2 rare candies, because the stage 1, as mentioned, is very powerful. Looking at the top 2 cards of the deck, get 1 into the hand and 1 to the bottom of the deck. Also some Temple of Sinnoh in this list could help out with stuff like Mist Energy, so that is going to be helping out the attack effect once more. And also a TM Crisis Punch to slap 280 when the opponent only has 1 prize card remaining. So pretty much, instead of playing Sableye, you have like Cramorant and Dragapult EX. That's the first list up on the menu. This actually got 6th place in the league, City League over in Tokyo on the 26th of April. Then the following one is pairing Dragapult EX up with Zatu. Zatu allows you to accelerate Psychic Energy to one of your bench Pokemon, and then you're going to be able to draw 2 cards as well. So that's really helping out with the energy acceleration for the attack here. As we all know, the Phantom Dive requires a Psychic Energy, so that's where you can put that Zatu into some good use by accelerating the energy, so you can get the attack off in 1 shot. So you can actually accelerate and then touch of the turn to make sure you can get the attack off in 1 go. There's Radiant Alakazam to move around some damage counters, Rotom for your draw engine, in the beginning of the game to, of course, get some stuff going. And the lands actually allows you, I don't know if you've been sleeping under a rock or not, but the lands card actually allows you to look, search the deck for 3 dragon type Pokemon, reveal them and put them in hand. So you can get a lot of dragon type Pokemon out of the deck instantly. So 3 copies of lands are actually part of this deck. An enhanced hammer allowing you to get rid of that mist energy. Scoop up Cyclone, very unique ace pack card for a list like this, but you can instantly put back a Dragapult. But if you're able to set up Drakloaks in the early game, you can instantly go for put it back in hand and evolve again, then go for Zatu, accelerating a psychic energy. Attached of the turn is a fire energy and off you go. Also with TM evolution, I really love the TM evolution with Dragapult EX. So another way you could be playing Dragapult is playing with Zatu. The next one is playing it with Pidgeot EX and the Neo Energy here. The Neo Energy, if you don't know what it is, Neo Upper Energy is just 2 Rainbow Energies altogether, but only works on Stage 2 Pokemon. So you can get the attack of Phantom Dive automatically with that ace pack energy. You can fetch that out really quickly with the quick search of a Pidgeot. So this is actually playing Pidgeot in combination with Dragapult, and also has some Rotoms for the draw engine, as well as an iron bundle to push Pokemon to the bench, so you can finish them off with the Phantom Dive and some damage sprinkling, which is going to be helping out a ton. Also, I think TM Devo works really well with Phantom Dive, that attack. You can sprinkle up all of that damage here and there and then devolve everything all together, so that's actually pretty cool. Also the Mela, as you can only play this card if some of your Pokemon got knocked out during the opponent's last turn. Accelerating a fire energy and then drawing cards until you have 6 cards in hand, if I'm not mistaken. So that is the Mela card. Yeah, this is a very unique one. Only works if a Pokemon got knocked out during the opponent's last turn. So another way to be playing Dragapult is, of course, with Pidgeot EX. Then another version of Pidgeot EX, also playing a Radiant Charizard. The previous list didn't play any Radiant card. This one does play Radiant Charizard and also the Kieran. Kieran allowing you to slap 30 more damage to the opponent's active EX or V Pokemon, helping out with the damage number, because with 230 damage you can knock out stuff like chien-pao. You can also knock out basic EXs, basic Vs, etc. So that one of Kieran in the list, which you can fetch out, of course, with Pidgeot EX, can really be helpful. And again, we do see Neo Upper Energy Ace Pack card in here to power up the attack in one swoop go. So very cool to see Dragapult becoming an archetype in the game. Will it be tier 2? Will it be tier 1? We're gonna have to figure it out as more and more tournaments are commencing over in Japan. But Dragapult EX definitely does not disappoint. The following one is going to be a top 8 list from a City League over in Osaka. So I've been to Osaka, wonderful place, definitely a great place to be hanging out. And we do see here Dragapult EX is again getting established thanks to the means of TM evolution. You can easily find out with an Arven engine, going for TM evolution, getting out 2 Drakloaks in play instantly. Then you have some draw engine by your side, as well as being able to move around some damage counters with Radiant Alakazam, so we can get multiple prize cards and swoop the game right there. Jirachi helping out for some specific situations where the opponent also wants to be slapping down damage counters, but this is purely for the Lost Box matchup. Very cool list, and Unfair Stamp is very crazy. There is Enhanced Hammer here, as well as Temple of Sinnoh to protect yourself, actually help against Mist Energy, so there's that. And also with the Enhanced Hammer, being able to discard stuff like the Neo Upper Energy in the Mirror Match, as well as discarding, there's also the other Legacy Energy coming out in the Twilight Masquerade set, so there's a lot of things that Enhanced Hammer could do, and with you being able to fetch it easily with Arven, it does make sense. Another list here is again playing with the Radiant Charizard, but also playing Sableye. So this play pretty much Sablezard and Dragapult EX in the list. So very unique list. 2 copies of Temple of Sinnoh. I would rather see an Enhanced Hammer somewhere, because Temple of Sinnoh, even though it does shut down those special energies, the Enhanced Hammer gets rid of them, which is even more powerful. And Unfair Stamp can also cheese games using Unfair Stamp and then running away with the game with the Phantom Dive. Now we're going to be taking a look at some more lists here. Let's just dive in together here and see what we are dealing with. So let's just zoom in a little bit so you guys see what's going on here. This is the Dragapult EX list with Zatu again, with also the Tatsugiri, allowing you to look at the top 6 cards of your deck and getting a supporter card. So you're a little bit Iono proof, I would say. And Only a 1/1 line of Zatu because the Drakloak is a 4-off, so that means that's your draw engine throughout the game. Lands becoming more and more popular in these kind of lists, and there's also the Mela in here, allowing you to accelerate that fire type energy. There's the Unfair Stamp as the ace pack of choice, and the Defiance Band also could help out with the numbers here to slap 230 against any basic EX or basic V that you cannot one-shot with the Phantom Dive. Another list here is playing Zatu as well, also Tatsugiri, and is playing Cleffa. As we see Cleffa being played over in Charizard list as of late because of the popularization of toward Reckless's win in EUIC. We do see that Cleffa also has means to work out with a list like this to of course get your setup going. As soon as you have some Draklokes up and ready to go, you can of course run away with the game. There's an energy retrieval in here which I found very peculiar. I personally would not include that, but it helps out with draw power of Zatu in the mid to late game. Also a Kieran here allowing you to stab that 30 additional damage. Lots of decks are playing either Temple of Sinnoh or Enhanced Hammer or a mixture of both, which is interesting. This is another list here playing 2 copies of Tatsugiri, so definitely want to find those supporters. Also a little bit easier to find stuff like the Lance or the Mela at the correct time, definitely because you do have that escape board or actually rescue board or whatever it is, allowing you to have free retreat with your Tatsugiri, really helping out with your pivoting. And there's also Enhanced Hammer and no Temple of Sinnoh in this list, and the new Upper Energy. Following list, playing Zatu and Radiant Zard. I think Radiant Zard is actually a very cool one because you are already playing fire type energy, so it is a choice between Radiant Alakazam and Radiant Charizard most of the time. This list is of course playing a 2/2 line of Zatu to of course get your energy set up onto your Dragapult EX, and a 2 copies of the TM Evolution and 1 of the TM Devolution, so lots of things going around here. Enhanced Hammer and Temple of Sinnoh, yeah, these are like the main stadiums, actually the main cards you need to help against the mirror match or help out against any Pokemon deck playing a special energy spot. This time around is not playing new Upper Energy, it is going for the Prime Catcher of choice. Next up is the Unfair Stamp ace pack card of choice. There's a Lance in there and also a card allowing you to only be played if an opponent's one of your opponent's Pokemon were knocked. Actually, one of your Pokemon got knocked out during the opponent's last turn. Then you can use that. Actually, draw up to 8. I think that is the card. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, just a random one-off supporter. We do see this is paired up again with the Lost Box engine, having Sableye, having Cramorant, and that's actually pretty damn nice. Moving forward, another list with Radiant Alakazam, Rotom, and Lumineon. So it's pretty much very similar to a Charizard build, but with way more out. You have EXP share. If one of your Dragapult EX got knocked out, you absorb an energy, so you're up and good to go once more. 2 copies of Counter Catcher, in combination with 2 copies of Balls, allowing you to target whatever you feel like. New Upper Energy seems to be, again, part of this list. Not a lot of energies, but because you draw through the deck so easily with Drakloak, as well as Cleffa, as well as Rotom, as well as like Ionos, you might find that new Upper Energy very easily. And also with 4 Sealstone, you're able to fetch that. Next is Dragapult, Sablezard box again. Once more, we do see that there is the Kieran in here for the additional damage output, and TM Devolution seems to be on a lot of these Dragapult EX lists, so we can conclude that the deck really wants to prey upon the opponent's side of the field, slapping down lots of damage counters and then devolving everything. Seems to be a strategy that is working out quite well. This list is playing a Tatsugiri, Unfair Stamp, 1 copy of Mela, Lance as well, and the 1/1 Zatu is a little bit on the lower end, but sometimes you don't need more. The upcoming list here is playing Zatu as well as a 2/02 line of Pidgeot EX, because the list is running 4 copies of Rare Candy, allowing you to get that quick search Pidgeot EX to your ability. You can fetch any card you want during your turn. Whether you want to use Collapse Stadium to get one of your bench hitters off play with stuff like the Rotom V. You can also use the Pidgeot EX to find new Upper Energy, and that's going to be helping out quite a ton. So yeah, Pidgeot, Dragapult, so it's taking the place of something like a Zard. Is it better than Zard? We'll have to figure it out together. There is Dragapult, again with Pidgeot, Cleffa. This is very similar to Charizard, and they scrapped the Charizard engine and added in the Dragapult. We do see here again the escape board shenanigans going, helping out to have free retreat instead of a switch out, so that's interesting. And there's also 4 candies in here. There's a Professor Turo in here, could help out to of course deny the opponent from taking prize card, a Temple and a Collapse. So Temple and Collapse seems to be the most popular stadiums over in Japan currently. This is another Dragapult EX list with a 1-2 line of the Zatu. That's actually kind of weird, but there's a Hisuian Heavy Ball to make up for that, I suppose. And on top of that, we do see the Scoop Up Cyclone Ace-Pack card in here, on top of a Silene, which actually is able to get back some resources if need be. There is another build with Dragapult EX and Rotom and Pidgeot, and this is going to be playing 2 copies of Temple of Sinnoh, 2 copies of Countercatcher, Defiance Band, TM Devolution, so very similar to how a Charizard list is made up, to be honest. Next is going to be another list playing a 1-1 line of Zatu and a Tatsugiri, a 1-off to fetch supporters, and again Pidgeot. So I think the conclusion is clear. You can play it with Pidgeot, you can play it with stuff like, for instance, the Lost Box engine, or you can play it just by itself. So there are options here. This list is actually playing a choice belt, helping out to knock out those V Pokemon a little bit easier, and also has the Temple of Sinnoh and the Enhanced Hammer package. If we take a look at all of these lists, so we do see here that Lost Box engine, Zatu engine, Pidgeot engine, regularly by itself, Lost Box, Zatu, by itself, Zatu, Lost Box, by itself, then Lost Box, Zatu, Pidgeot, Zatu. So Pidgeot, Zatu, or Lost Box seems to be the way you can play Dragapult EX. If you enjoyed a video like this, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. It helps out in many ways. Only takes 1 tiny second every time. And also go check out our sponsors that help make this video possible. Links down below to get some percentage off Dragon Shield for your sleeves, banners, and deck boxes. Coupon ZapdosTCG. Your playmat to create your own unique custom playmat, PotownStore.com to, of course, get TCG Live code cards, and CARDMARKET.com for European players to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. Subscribe for more daily Pokemon TCG videos. We're going to be taking a look at more Twilight Masquerade content, so if you guys want to stay up to date, be sure to, of course, hit that subscribe button, because I don't know if you've noticed already, but like still 60% of the people watching the daily content is not subscribed, so definitely subscribe if you haven't already. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your day. I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Pokemon TCG epicness. I'm out. Peace.